Well, hey everybody, let's see how this goes. So here's my opening hand, and we have that forest and that evolving wilds to, search for that forest. This is not a keepable hand. I really need my actual colors in my hand, so we're going to mulligan this and go down to 6. That's not much better at all. We have all 3 colors, but we have absolutely no plays in what is supposed to be an aggressive deck. I think I'll just roll the dice and keep this, and just hope that maybe he has a slow opening, or at least maybe get to see a little bit of what his deck is. I do have a lot of 1 and 2 drops. Maybe I'll draw into them. I probably wouldn't advise keeping this hand in any sort of draft that really mattered, but I'm going to go for it here. Well, there's where some of my green went. Warden of the Beyond, that's an okay card to top deck. It's a 3-drop, so at least we're going to play a creature before turn 5. Wall of Mulch, that's going to slow my deck down quite a bit, or at least more than it already is going to be slowed down. We're going to drop this Plains and say go. Constricting Sliver is a bit too expensive for us to be top decking on turn 2 as well. So green-blue is what we're up against. It's a decent combination. Invasive Species, he's going to bounce back probably that Wall of Mulch, I would imagine. He probably doesn't want to get behind on lands. Yep. So we're going to get a 3-drop. At least it's something, but it's not necessarily great. So Warden of the Beyond is down. We can't block that Evasive Species, or at least not until our Crowd's Favor is up. Crowd's Favor would make this a 3-2 with First Strike, which would beat his 3-3. So he'll swing in. I will take this 3 for sure. My Warden has Vigilance, but he's going to play that wall probably to stop my Warden. Nope, he's going to play something, a Shaman of the Spring. So I could attack in, but I would need to use my Crowd's Favor if he decides to go with that. Or I could actually use my Ephemeral Shields here and save the Crowd's Favor for next turn when he attacks with that Invasive Species. I don't have any other real options for plays right now. So I think that might be what I do. It's a desperation move. It's definitely not terribly advisable. He's just going to let it through. That's fair. He probably assumed I had something. So we'll see what he does here. I think I will go Crowd's Favor and block the Invasive Species. He might tap him down for something. Siege Worm? Yeah, Siege Worm. So Siege Worm, I'm hoping I get my Devouring Light. Resolute Archangel, you're not a Devouring Light. Yeah, this match is probably not going to last too long. But hey, with the way the draft went, we kind of expected that. So I guess I'm just going to have to take the 5 here. At least I can kill this Invasive Species with the Crowd's Favor. So I'll take 7 here and go to 10. That's a little bit less than ideal, but that's what we're going to have to do. So let's go block. And he could pretty easily have Titanic Growth or anything to save that Invasive Species. If he does, I don't really want to... Oh, he's going to turn to Frog it. So let's see. It's going to be a 2-1 with First Strike. Or no, it does lose all of the abilities, so it will lose the First Strike. So it'll be a 2-1. Do I want to save it? If I don't save it and I don't hit a land, he just wins next turn. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he wins next turn. So I guess I need to save it to try to buy some sort of time. And that's why I should have mulliganed that hand. Oh, that was really dumb. I played the Ephemeral Shields too early. I played it on top of the Turn to Frog. So it was indestructible, and then it lost it with the Turn to Frog. I should have played it after the Ephemeral Shields resolved and before the combat damage came through. Yeah, we're just done. So, good game. on to game 2. So that was a pretty bad misplay on my side. I'm still getting a little bit used to running commentary while doing the game as well. It definitely slows you down a little bit, and it definitely makes you not see some things sometimes. And of course, if you slow down to see the things, you're going to waste even more time with the commentary. As I get used to it, I hope to stop making dumb mistakes like that I would not normally make. So yeah, as I was saying at the end of the draft, I don't think there's really anything for me to sideboard. He had a wall of mulch, but I don't want to put in a clear path for wall of mulch. Yeah, I think we just have to basically beat our heads against the wall with this deck and hope that we get a win somewhere. Well, here's a win. I get to choose if I play first or not. I will play first. This is slightly better. We've got a turn 2, raise the alarm, and with those soldiers down, or actually we have 2 planes anyways, we have Devouring Light active, and then we have the mana for a turn 4 Curd Chieftain. So yeah, I will keep that. It's not the best. I'd probably prefer 1 more card and 1 less land, but so be it. So we're going to drop a mountain, and we're going to say go. We are going to drop a plains. There's our Evolving Wilds, so we can actually get Curd Chieftain online on turn 4 with him being a 4/4. So that's pretty nice. So we'll pass the turn here. We will play the Raise the Alarm at the end of his turn. Should be super nice if he didn't play any blockers here. And Welkin Turn is not a blocker for things on the ground, so we're going to go Raise the Alarm. We're going to drop... Yeah, we're going to drop the Evolving Wilds here. We're not going to be able to do Devouring Light next turn, but he's not going to have anything hasty, and I don't terribly care about the Welkin Turn just yet. So yeah, we'll swing in here. Nothing he could have. We're going to drop that Evolving Wilds, and we're going to pass the turn. So next turn, we get that 4/4 Curd Chieftain online. So that's quite nice to see. He's got a Darksteel Citadel. That means he's very likely playing in Soul Artifact, which is not what I want to see. I really hate the Ensoul Artifact Darksteel Citadel play. It's out of left field, and if it's turn 2, you just lose. It's not something I'd ever really want to play. I feel like it definitely is kind of a trap. But yeah, it just really hurts to lose to that. So we're going to go Forest. At least I could Devouring Light his Darksteel Citadel. Exiling is not destroying, which is pretty nice. Cone of Flame. That's a nice pickup. So yeah, we're going to attack in for 2 here. And then we're going to drop our Curd Chieftain. Please no Ensoul Artifact. Alright, so in comes his Welkin Turn for 2. I take 2. Go to 16. He's sitting on 4 mana and a full hand of cards. He must have something. He's got a Chasm Skulker. So yeah, I'm going to Cone of Flame, I think. Hit him for 3, hit one of those for 2, and one of them for 1. With only 1 colorless mana up, there's nothing he could do to save him, and I don't really want that Chasm Skulker getting any bigger and having squids come out. So yeah, I'm going to do that right now. He will not offer a trade with one of these soldiers. 4, 5, 6, he'd go to 10. He'd be definitely okay with that for keeping that Chasm Skulker alive. So we're going to go, let's see, first target. Is first target 3 or 1? First target is 1 damage. So let's go 1 to the turn, 2 to him, 3 to him. So that clears his board. We get in for 4, 5, 6, taking him to 7. He still has a very full hand of cards. Next turn, white, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next turn, I could pull out a 4/4 Seraph of the Masses. I'd have to tap one of my soldiers to do so. Depends on what he plays here. If he doesn't happen to have a blocker, I just get in for another 6 and take him to 1. But he must have something. 6 cards, 5 mana. Something's got to be coming down here. Oh, or not. He just conceded. He must not have had anything. What did I have coming up? I had I had absolutely nothing. Wow. So yeah, we squeaked out a win. So yeah, this deck can win if I do get those early plays, if I curve out. That does kind of make me think I should trade the Meteorite in for something, but again, there's unfortunately just nothing I can really turn it in for. Turning it in for a Tyrant's Machine is a 5-drop for a 2-drop, but I'm not going to activate the Tyrant's Machine probably. So I guess this 5-mana shock is kind of where I want to be. Yeah, I think we'll just jump right back in. So we've seen from him a Chasm Skulker. That might have been his big pick that pushed him into blue. He does have a Siege Worm, which is unfortunately problematic for us until the later game. And it's with Convoke, unfortunately, a mid-game play. If we ever needed to, we could put in a Tireless Missionaries. I could put in a Tireless Missionaries for the Meteorite, but I don't really want to do that either. I think we just have to leave the deck as is, so let's jump back in. Ooh, that's less than ideal. No mountains. We can Evolving Wilds for a mountain. But all we have to really play is a Frenzied Goblin. So I think I'm going to mulligan this. I need early gas for sure. So we mull, and this looks a fair bit better. We've got turn 2 Generator Servant. So turn 3, we can have 5 mana. Yeah, that's just much better. And I mean, we can also go turn 2 Generator Servant, turn 3 Belligerent Sliver. This is actually a relatively fast start. If he stumbles, we might be in a good place. So let's drop this Plains. I really would like to stop drawing lands anytime soon. So down comes the Generator Servant. So down comes a Darksteel Citadel. This could be the big play. Nope. Good. Chasm Skulker. Not not an Insoul artifact. Resolute Archangel. So let's see. We can attack in. He will not block. This becomes a 2/2 next turn. If he has a Divination in hand, this becomes a 2/2, 3/3, 4/4, 5/5 by the next time his turn comes around. So this could just turn out to be a race. So yeah, I'll attack in. He won't offer the trade here. Pop down this Belligerent Sliver. Now if he Divinations, this will get bigger, but it won't be able to block the Sliver. We'll see what he does here. Next turn the Curd Chieftain comes down. Paragon. That's annoying. So in comes this 3/3. I let it through. I don't really want to trade here. Yeah, I think this is just going to be a complete race. So we bash in for 4. He goes to 14. He won't trade his Paragon. I will drop my Curd Chieftain. Now this being a race, this makes the Resolute Archangel a lot better. I need to hit that second Plains to get this hopefully online. Well, we'll see what he has. He has 4 cards left in hand. He's got 5 lands. I'm sure he must be playing that Darksteel Citadel for Soul Artifact. There's no other reason you'd really ever play that. Maybe he has Aeronaut Tinkerers or something, and that's his artifact, but it's just kind of a waste of a land. So in comes 4, taking me to 13. He must have a blocker or something this turn, I would think. Yeah, there's the Aeronaut Tinkerer. So that Aeronaut Tinkerer is a 3/4 flyer. That's not great. So we don't really have any attacks here. I can attack in with the Belligerent Sliver, and he has to double block, and I can kill the Paragon. I could even make the Belligerent Sliver indestructible just to sort of save it if I need to. The Paragon would make these guys a little bit lower. Yeah, if I had that Plains, then I can get this Resolute Archangel out, even with the Generator Servant if need be. But I do need that second Plains. So yeah, I think I'll attack with the Sliver here. The Kurd Chieftain would just die. The Generator Servant would just die. This guy will take out the Paragon if he does double block. Yeah, he just took 2, as expected. So this guy's going to be a 5/5 next turn. I could double block and kill it. He would get 3 1/1 squids. That's not necessarily what I want to see. I think I'll drop the Warden here. That does allow me to have the Ephemeral Shields up with the Warden as Convoke. But I think we're rapidly going to get into trouble with that Chasm Skulker. It would be great to pull my Devouring Light and be able to exile it, which would also bump my Warden up. He's going to give the Chasm Skulker flying and come in for 8. I am on a 2-turn clock here. So he doesn't have any blockers. He must play a blocker here. Otherwise he would take 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and go to 2. Or he could into the void 2 of my creatures. That's not great. So what do we have? We have a Plains. White, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're 1 short of the Archangel, and he has this game, unfortunately. Yeah, he can just make his guy fly. And that's game. There's no way out of this. Yeah, let's play it out anyways. Generator Servant. Maybe he gets worried by something and doesn't attack, but we all know that's not going to happen. Well, we won 1 game, so that was more than I expected with this deck. But in come his flyers, and down I go. So yeah, not an auspicious start to this Spikey Saturday. I swear I am trying to win these drafts. Currently our Wacky Wednesday stipulation draft has the best record. Yeah, this just was not a good draft. We'll see what I can do in the next rounds. As we saw with Game 2, this deck does curve out pretty well. If the opponent stumbles at all, they will have a problem. I just wish I didn't have quite so much top end and had probably a few more playables instead of my Wall of Fire and my Meteorite and things like that. So yeah, that's round 1. Hopefully round 2 goes a bit better, and I'll see you then.